Hi, I'm Bruce Bouquet, a math professor at New Jersey Institute of Technology. In this presentation, I will discuss why students who like math and are good at math might want to consider pursuing a degree in math in college. In short, yes, there are excellent career opportunities for those who study math. The key takeaway message is that if you study what you enjoy, you have a much better chance of entering into a career that you will enjoy and find rewarding. You see, if you study a subject you enjoy, you're likely to be able to pursue a career you enjoy, and if you enjoy what you do, that brings greater satisfaction and lower stress, which helps lead to developing better relationships, a stronger heart, and longer life. Whereas, if you go into something that you don't like, you're more likely to end up in a job that you don't look forward to going to. You have higher stress, more relationship problems, your heart gives out, and you die. So what I'm talking about today is simply life and death. If you're watching this video, you probably have seen and done math since kindergarten or even longer. You've seen it, know what it's about, enjoyed it, and excelled in it for many years. You might have asked your teachers, your guidance counselors, your parents, or other advisors what to study in college, and they might have told you, "You're good at math, why don't you study computing?" Or, "You're good at math, maybe you should go into engineering." Or, "You're good at math, maybe you should go into medicine or business." Wouldn't it make more sense for them to say, "You're good at math, you've had many years of math, you like math, maybe you should go into math"? Why don't those you trust say this? Do they not like you? Are they trying to mislead you? No, they probably don't know that there are excellent opportunities for those who study math in college. If it is math that you enjoy, then it is also reassuring to know that there are a multitude of interesting career opportunities out there for you. When looking into university programs leading to degrees in math, you'll find there are lots of options. It can be confusing. My advice is to pursue what you're most passionate about. Just knowing that you want to study math, in my opinion, puts you in a great situation. Some degree programs may have titles such as simply mathematics or mathematical sciences, or they may sound more focused with titles such as abstract math, pure math, applied math, computational math, math of finance, math biology, biomathematics, mathematical physics, math education, or mathematical economics. They might not even have the word math in the title, such as actuarial science, operations research, data science, statistics, or applied statistics. Often employers will not advertise specifically for math majors, since there aren't so many math majors in comparison to those who major in other fields, such as computing or engineering. So a math major needs to have some flexibility and likely has to develop a good deal of creativity, which may well be needed during a job search. However, many employers value a person who has succeeded in math, as they recognize that these people have many of the skills desired in the modern workplace. So let's investigate some of the skills students develop through studying math. Problem solving. This is really the fundamental aspect of math that we are used to. In most math classes, you have experienced questions that you'd like to develop the solutions for. These typically involve numbers and computational techniques in math class, but the principles and the thinking that one develops when trying to understand situations and come to conclusions is similar. This is not to say that you don't learn problem solving in other areas of academic study, but I would argue that this skill, like many of the others I will discuss, are more clearly developed in math classes than in other areas where there may be more confounding or extraneous things going on. Well, how does one go about investigating and developing solutions to problems? It's through analytical, logical, and critical thinking. We need to look into what information is available that is useful in solving our problem. We need to put together the information we have with the computational tools and the theorems that we can apply in a logical and convincing manner to get to the desired results. Mathematical thinking, tools, and processes, along with clear reasoning, is really the foundation of all scientific endeavor. Whether studying biology, chemistry, economics, engineering, or physics, math is at the foundation on which all these disciplines build. So a person with a strong math background is often able to quickly get up to speed in these areas that depend so heavily on math. I had a colleague who had been the head of the statistics branch at the largest telecommunications company, AT&T, before it was broken up. He told me that he noticed that the woman who was head of the economics branch was hiring many people who had doctorates in math for that branch of the company, and asked her, quote, "I understand why I, as head of the statistics branch, would hire mathematicians, but why, as head of the economics branch, are you hiring math PhDs?" She responded, "I know that I can teach mathematicians the economics they need to do this job, but I cannot always be sure that I can teach an economics PhD the mathematics they need for the job." That's pretty powerful and demonstrates how useful a strong math background can be for all sorts of careers. A firm grounding in mathematical techniques, problem solving, and thinking skills gives a person the ability to learn new things quickly. This enhances the value of an employee to the organization where they work. Whatever job you get requires some training, and a strong math background often helps an employee to understand things more quickly and deeply, makes a person more adaptable, flexible, and creative, and thus enables the person to contribute to the organization more strongly and quickly. Hopefully, this will lead to the employee moving up the ladder more quickly to more significant positions that lead to greater earnings so that they can, of course, contribute more to NJIT. Math majors are able to translate real-world situations into equations and numbers, ascertain what information is useful and what is extraneous, and then solve the problem. They then need to check that their solution is realistic and applies to the situation. Math majors are exposed to many ways to approach problems and many techniques for solving problems. This enables them to look at situations from different perspectives and find creative solutions. Math people learn to think and communicate with precision. They learn to recognize and analyze patterns and apply abstract ideas to tangible issues that arise in the real world. I hope I have convinced you that there are many skills developed through pursuing a math degree that are valuable in the modern workplace. In addition, it's important for any undergraduate program to help students develop several other skills and engage in relevant auxiliary experiences. Students need to learn to communicate well. You can develop the most amazing gizmo, but if you cannot explain it to the people who are going to build it, to those who might buy it, to your boss, to potential investors, it's unlikely that your creation will get very far. Today's students need to have experience with computers, including some programming to help them efficiently test and analyze situations. Students also need to gain experience working with others in teams and with people with expertise in other fields. Many great contributions these days are made by groups of people who bring different perspectives and areas of knowledge to the table to create things that could not be created by any one of the individuals on their own. I can speak from experience to this last point. My PhD is in an area of math called detonation theory, the math of explosives. My first job after earning my doctorate was in the Applied and Theoretical Detonation Group at Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. There, I worked in a team with people trained in chemistry, engineering, math, physics, and computing to better understand the dynamics involved in detonations. We brought our expertise and backgrounds together to achieve success. It was a real blast. For full disclosure, I bring a very applied perspective to this presentation. I have been interested in understanding and contributing to understanding in areas with real-world connections. When I was an undergraduate, I spent one summer with a pocket calculator computing the optimal decisions to make in blackjack. As I noted, my doctorate and postdoctoral work involved modeling detonation waves. I have also been privileged to use my understanding of math and analytical and computational skills to make contributions to understand situations in health and biology, to improving the sanctity of the food supply, and to make contributions to the understanding of sports, especially baseball. So having discussed all these skills that math majors acquire, our next question is what careers can one aspire to with a math degree? Some of the degree titles mentioned earlier may be more applicable to some careers than others, but in general, one who has majored in math often has the skills to quickly learn what is needed in many careers. Of course, our society is always advancing, so that the job you get at the end of your undergraduate studies may not currently exist, and the career you start your career in might well be different from the one that you have when you're ready for retirement. To give you an idea of the breadth of opportunities a background in math might lead to, I'll talk about some career possibilities and provide some commentary and then discuss other options briefly and in general. I love to highlight actuary. Actuaries are experts in understanding financial risk. They often work in the insurance industry. There are people who figure out how much your homeowner's insurance, your life insurance, your health insurance, etc. should cost. They work on pension plans and in government oversight of insurance. But actuaries work in any area where there is financial risk, so that multinational corporations with operations in many places around the world might employ actuaries. Investment organizations hire actuaries as well. The actuary career is often listed as being among the best careers. The pay is good, the respect is high. It does not involve back-breaking physical labor. There are various exams one needs to take to advance in the area, and these exams document a person's skills and abilities in the field. I've had students who have come back and told me that they found that there is no racism or sexism in the field due to this documentation. One student said that when you pass an exam, you get a raise, a promotion, or both. In my experience, there always seems to be strong demand for actuaries. Math is an excellent background for those interested in pursuing a career in law, especially tax law or patent law. You may wonder what the connection is. Well, if you're doing theoretical math, for example, proving theorems, you need to take the situation at hand and apply theorems in a logical progression to come to a conclusion that you can defend. If you're doing applied math, you need to take what is known about the real-world situation and apply techniques and strategies to come to a solution that you can defend. Law is in many ways similar. The lawyer must take the facts of the situation and the principles of the law. Yes, despite legal TV shows, there are actual legal principles, and you must put these together to create a compelling argument to convince the judge or the jury of the merits of your client's case. A hot career these days is data science. There is so much data available now with tracking of cell phones and clicks on computers and so much more, that there is a great need to make sense of all the data for numerous purposes. Among the types of companies hiring data scientists are financial and consulting firms, as well as firms involved in artificial intelligence and information security. What used to be called statistics has morphed into data analysis and now data science, as this title has become more attractive and marketable. Many people with math degrees start their careers as computer programmers or software engineers. Of course, you need to have courses in computer science to go into those careers, and taking computer science courses is highly recommended for math majors. For students who like both math and biology, earning a degree in mathematical biology is an excellent background for medical school and other careers at the interface of math and biology. Another related area is biostatistics. New Jersey is a center of the pharmaceutical industry, and pharmaceutical products need to be approved by the Food and Drug Administration, and so they must undergo rigorous statistical testing in order to demonstrate their utility and safety. Of course, many mathematicians go into education, whether teaching math at the K-12 level or in academia. It's not surprising that many math teachers move up to serve in roles as educational leaders, such as curriculum specialists, principals, and superintendents. Students who major in math might pursue graduate study or careers in academia, not only in math, but also computer science, physics, or engineering. There are some differences between a career in industry versus an academic career. In industry, it's more likely that you'll be part of a larger interdisciplinary team. Also, in industry, you can have a more immediate impact on your organization's welfare. While in academia, there may be time available and the requirement to get things totally complete, in industry, there may be a need to get a product out the door that is not necessarily fully optimized yet. In academia, you might be the only one using your computer codes, while in industry, you might develop tools that need to be explained to and be usable by non-technical users. Some of the types of organizations that hire math people are government labs. I used to work in Los Alamos National Laboratory, which is run by the U.S. Department of Energy. Scientists with degrees in many disciplines work together at labs such as Los Alamos, Livermore, Oak Ridge, NASA, NIST, and the NSA, the National Security Agency, which is said to be the nation's leading employer of mathematicians. There you are paid to break things all day. Codes, that is. Research and development labs hire math majors. AT&T Labs, Bell Labs, now part of Alcatel-Lucent, NEC Labs, and Telcordia Labs are among the most prominent corporate engineering research labs, and they are all based in New Jersey. Computer, electronics, and internet companies all hire people with math degrees, Some of the largest spenders on research and development are in these industries. Companies such as Amazon, Alphabet, the parent of Google, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, and Intel spend over $10 billion a year on R&D. They hire many people with math backgrounds. All these companies are constantly developing new products, so they need people who have strong scientific foundations that enable the creativity needed at the forefront of these industries. Aerospace and automotive firms that develop and build complicated transportation products often need to perform simulations and smaller scale, such as wind tunnel experiments, to test ideas before building at full scale. Companies in these industries that hire math people include Boeing, Ford, United Technologies, and Tesla. Financial and insurance companies hire people with math degrees. Large and small banks, investment banks, insurance companies, and companies involved with annuities and pensions all need people with strong quantitative skills. Even old world industries involved in manufacturing and those operating large factories need people in order to become ever more efficient and to improve their logistics and operations. So companies in the chemical industry and the oil industry, for example, hire math people. And of course, universities and schools hire people who have earned math degrees. After all, I hope that at least some of your math teachers understand math. And there's more. Professional sports teams nowadays have statistics and analytic groups to improve team performance, optimize training, and analyze trades. In entertainment, companies that use animation hire math people to make the animations more realistic. Companies that survey people need mathematicians to design and analyze instruments and perform polling. The government and many public and private companies collect tremendous amounts of data. Math people, especially those with statistics and data science backgrounds, are needed to analyze the data. For example, to address social policy issues, protect the environment, understand climate change, design and analyze clinical trials for pharmaceutical applications, develop disease prevention strategies, and improve healthcare and make it more cost-effective, improve transportation systems and networks, and more. For those who have an interest in math and its application to health and biology, it's worth noting that there are many areas of biology that are becoming more analytical and lend themselves to mathematical inquiry. While mathematical techniques have long been used in understanding genetics and epidemiology, in more modern times the value of mathematics in improving understanding in such areas as neuroscience, immunology, ecology, and cardiology and many other areas has become more widely appreciated. This opens up career opportunities in drug delivery modeling, analyzing metabolic pathways, medical data analysis, and more at pharmaceutical companies, medical device makers, government health labs such as the CDC and NIH, and private research labs. Students pursuing math biology degrees or related double majors can be excellent candidates for medical school as well. Students who have earned math degrees at NJIT, for instance, have gone on to careers at big high-tech firms like Amazon and IBM, small high-tech firms and startups. They have also gone to banking and financial firms such as Goldman Sachs, Standard & Poor's, and Prudential. They've gone to pharmaceutical companies such as Merck and Novartis, to insurance and actuarial companies such as TIAA Kraft and MetLife, and to medical device firms. They've gone to graduate school in math, applied math, computing, and engineering. They've also gone to work in U.S. government agencies such as the U.S. Navy and the National Security Agency and more. But you can do anything with a math degree. People with math degrees have made their marks in so many areas. For example, in sports, David Robinson played basketball for the San Antonio Spurs. He earned his undergraduate math degree from the U.S. Naval Academy. I have a PhD in math. Clearly, I would be a better basketball player. Cheryl Toussaint won a silver medal running in the 1972 Olympics. She went on to earn her math degree from New York University and went on to a career at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, where she worked as a compensation analyst. Davey Johnson played baseball and was manager of the New York Mets. Musicians Art Garfunkel and Tom Lehrer have math degrees, and Lehrer was a math professor. Actress and director Penny Marshall earned a math degree, as did actress and model Danica McKellar, who played Winnie Cooper on The Wonder Years and has a theorem named for her based on work she did as an undergraduate at UCLA. In the business world, Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google, has a math degree. His father was a math professor. Jeff Immelt used to be CEO of GE. Arthur Ryan was CEO of Prudential, and Ivan Seidenberg was CEO of Verizon. Although there is no Nobel Prize in math, mathematicians have won every type of Nobel Prize except for the Peace Prize. Dudley Hirschbach has won for his work in chemistry, Paul Dirac, George Smoot, and Frank Wilczek in physics, Paul Greengard in physiology or medicine, and Robert Aumann, Daniel Kahneman, and John Nash of A Beautiful Mind in economics, among other mathematicians who have won Nobel Prizes. You can even go into politics with a math degree. Faustin Archange Touadera was prime minister and is currently, since 2016, and it's now 2023, president of the Central African Republic. Do you know where the Central African Republic is? It's in Central Africa. Touadera has 2 PhDs in math and directed a teacher training college before going into politics. Former New York City Mayor David Dinkins has a math degree from Howard University. His wife, also a student at Howard at the time, said that she saw this handsome young man walking across campus with a calculus book under his arm. So she knew he must be smart. So she went over to meet him, and they got married. So you never know how the power of math can change your life. Jerry McNerney is the only congressman with a PhD in math. As they say, if the opposite of pro is con, the opposite of progress is Congress. Some other people with math degrees who have attained some level of notoriety include Grace Hopper. She was an early pioneer in computing and was a rear admiral in the U.S. Navy. Daniel Gold was the force behind the development of the Iron Dome anti-missile system that has saved countless lives. Anatoly Natan-Sharansky was a chess prodigy and human rights activist in the Soviet Union and was imprisoned for 9 years before his release. He later went into politics and served as a member of Israel's parliament. Carl Rowan was a well-known newspaper columnist. Lawrence Tribe was a Harvard Law School professor. On the other hand, Alberto Fujimori was president of Peru and has spent time in jail for his crimes as president of Peru. Ted Kaczynski earned a PhD in math and is better known as the Unabomber. He spent the last 26 years of his life in jail for those crimes. So I don't want you to say that I only gave you one side of the story. You can use your math for good or for evil. I hope that you'll use your math skills for good. If you choose to study math in college, you will learn calculus, the foundation of so much upper level and advanced mathematics. You'll also learn linear algebra, probability, and differential equations, as these topics enable a person to solve interesting and realistic problems. There are gambling applications, applications to mechanical engineering situations, and biomedical topics, among so many other real-world connections. Once you have these foundations, you can branch off into many upper-level areas, whether theoretical, computational, statistical, stochastic, and much more. All the while, it is important to supplement these classes with others that provide real-world perspective, that involve learning to communicate, and also, of course, courses in other sciences in order to become well-rounded and prepare you for success in the 21st century workforce. I noted earlier that I became passionate about studying math when I realized how it can be applied to so many real-world situations and to solve problems I was interested in. A sampling of areas of applied research that one can pursue with mathematical skills and tools include these areas that my colleagues and I investigate here at NJIT. We are an applied school, and so we study what I like to call math you can picture. Acoustics, tracking submarines and saving whales. Wave propagation, combustion, and detonation, with applications to industry or defense. NJIT math researchers also study fluid dynamics, so important in many manufacturing processes. Electromagnetics and nonlinear optics for communication and high-tech applications. Forecasting, sports, biology, and more. So many more real-world areas are explored by math faculty and academic institutions around the United States and around the world. When considering where to go to college to study math, you might want to consider the specific aspects of the math program and the resources available. For example, at NJIT, the perspective is unabashedly applied. While we train students in the core aspects of and the foundation of math, and some students go on to pursue doctorates in abstract math, we excel in various applied areas. Among other resources, we have a math club and a National Honor Society chapter. We also have a capstone course, one of the first in the country, in which students bring together their entire undergraduate experience in a year-long senior level course by performing physical and computational experiments, working in teams, and presenting their work orally and in writing. We have master's and PhD programs, and so there are many opportunities for undergraduates to get involved in applied research. To review, in this video, I discussed some of the various types of math degrees, the skills one gains from studying math, careers open to those who study math, the kinds of companies that hire math grads, well-known people who have math degrees, what you learn when you study math, and some application areas of math. So if you like math and are good at math, maybe, just maybe, you should consider studying math in college. If you have questions or comments or want to speak with me about pursuing a math degree, please contact me at bouquet@njit.edu. Thanks for listening, have a great day, and may the power of math be with you.